Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the build, guys. Episode 45. This week, we're unfortunately starting out the week not the way I wanted to start out the week. We are starting out the week by removing the wall. This is probably my fault. I didn't sand this wall down before I painted it. I thought it would be smooth enough. It apparently is not smooth enough. It's too bumpy, too rough. The wallpaper is peeling up and it came apart at the seams here, and I keep on having to kind of press it back down. So I'm gonna take the wall out, sand it out with 220 grit, put another layer of paint on it. I'm putting the paint on there. I had a question about that. I'm putting the paint on there because this wallpaper is semi-transparent and I want the white to shine through. I don't want to have that wood finish texture shining through the white wallpaper. Oh man, see, but it just like is falling right off. Boom. The good news is I don't think I'm actually gonna have to repaint it, so that is kind of incredible. Let's get to the wallpaper in a couple minutes because I can't see a single thing right now. It's so bright outside and I really should wear sunglasses. I don't like wearing sunglasses because then you get those weird raccoon tans on your face, but it's really bright out, especially when you're looking at a white wall. That's so much better though. Wow, okay, yeah, so if it doesn't stick to this, I don't even have a solution because now it's like super smooth. And there's no reason in my mind why it wouldn't stick to this surface. Okay, after a lot of hassle, I finally have the first half done. Really annoying this time around. I'm gonna get the second piece on, which is also gonna be really annoying, but we're gonna get this thing back in there today. Back to normal, no changes made. We're just back to normal. Get the measurements and hopefully I can build this little rack. We have that one more drawer to build, so the spice rack is gonna pull out. And I have an idea of how I'm gonna make it already, so I kind of like just need to make the measurements and get all that ready to go. Okay, so I already have one very long strip cut to the right width, so all I have to do is use the miter and chop it into the pieces I need. I might need to cut an extra strip, but for now this will do the trick. To be honest, the shirt's coming off, man. It is hot. This is awesome. Feels good, man. Also, now I'm gonna have this wire here, so I hope I don't get like a weird tan. All right, well, we're back to the overheating cameras again. So it's getting pretty warm out there. I'm gonna let the camera cool down for a minute and then we're gonna get right back into work. Just trying to do a job here, camera. Come on, stop overheating, bud. Just trying to do a job. Oh yeah, well of course, 24 is plenty big for here. It was going well, but I can't get the drill in to screw these screws in because this one is in. And I don't have a bit that's like really long enough and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I might take a break from this and do something else because I don't know what to do. Alright guys, we're back out on the bus. It's a couple of days later. Got caught up with a lot of other work stuff that's not bus related, not YouTube related, nothing like that. Just work stuff. So I want to work on the kitchen. I want to try and get this thing done. So I need to pick a paint color, and I really don't know what paint color to do. I'm looking at these greens that I talked about weeks ago, and now that I have this wallpaper up, you know, I'm trying to kind of match the greens a little bit and see what I like best. And I think this Tremont green is probably my favorite one to match the wall. But before I even decide that, I do have to sand this. It's not too bad, but I want to make it nice and really smooth. We're going to start out with sanding everything out, like I said. So all these drawers out, we're going to sand them out outside, and then I'm going to go ahead and sand this little framing of the kitchen face, and then we'll be good to go with the paint.
Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would. And let go of you. I know that I'm
It's all sanded out, we're good to go. The next thing I want to tackle on my list, I want to get these boards that I have, the boards I have the stove sitting on. I want to get those shaved down to where they have to be, because right now the oven is slightly lopsided and I just need to get it even. So I'm going to use the planer on here.
with nobody to hold on to. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two?
We got it in place, we're all good, we're even. Check that out. Boom. All right, so it is the next day. A lot on my mind this week, I know. Kind of an excuse, not really an excuse. It's been a rough week. So there's just been a lot going on, a lot of work stuff, a lot of personal things. Just been a rough week, and I hope you guys can understand that. But sometimes you got to put some things aside to kind of get yourself together. Decided I'm going to send it on a paint color, and I'm going to start painting the kitchen today to finish off this week's video. I don't know if you, I'm like moving this microphone around, sorry, but yeah, I decided I'm going to send it on a paint color. I'm trying to decide between Tremont green and Into the Green right now. I think I'm going to send it on Tremont Garden because it's a little bit lighter, and I figure if I absolutely hate it, I can always go darker. It's not like a huge deal to just send it on a darker color then. So we're gonna head to Lowe's, we're gonna get the paint, a couple other things my brother needs for the electrical stuff that he's been working on. It's a bit later in the day than I originally kind of intended to be starting my painting, unfortunately. Hey, better late than never, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Where did I just put that tape? I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I picked up some paint from Lowe's. I'm gonna start with the drawers, all of the drawers, and then I'm gonna work my way into the actual interior of the kitchen itself. But like I said, I'm gonna start with the drawers. So I have my paint here, and I have my paint brushes, and we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna get started. Let's get right into it. My only hope with this is that it's not gonna be like too light of a green and too much of like a kind of chalky, minty green, I guess. I don't think it will be. I think it should look pretty good. I know you guys can hardly see that drawer color. I'll show you in the shade in a little bit, but it looks, I actually really like it. I think it's gonna look really, really nice. I sweat the tape off of the microphone, so now it won't stick to my chest. So yeah, as you guys can see, they look really good. I'm really happy with them. I finished all 6 of these drawers, so the first coat is done. But because it's nice and warm out and the conditions are really good, the first ones I did are dried up and ready for coat number 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do coat number 2 for all of these right now. That's all the drawers, so it's time to head into the bus. I'm gonna tape the floor out, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started on the painting. Oh, and the walls, because obviously you don't want to get green paint on that nice new wallpaper. The walls taped off, the floor taped off. We're all set and ready to get our first coat of paint on. We got the refrigerator enclosure, and we got the kitchen framing. First coat all done. For right now, I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna come back out here tomorrow as soon as I possibly can in the morning. Hey, you wanna stop crinkling, bud? So I'm gonna try and get out here first thing in the morning to get a second coat on here and a third coat on all of the drawers themselves. Just a few quick updates. We have, you guys saw we got that outlet in last week. Well, he got that outlet in last week, and we got another outlet in, a GFCI outlet here. We have an outlet here for the fridge, and we have our little teed off thingamajig back there for the outlet for the bed. And we have all of this done.
The splits, in case we want to do an air conditioner. We have an engine heater. We have a generator split. We've got a breaker panel.
Look at our breaker panel. We have a breaker panel. Transfer. Boom. Next week, this thing's really going to start transforming once I get these bathroom walls up. And we're going to have a home. Alright guys, we are back out. It's a new day. It's Saturday, so I have to try to get this done as quick as possible. We're gonna do a third coat on all of the drawer faces and a second coat on the kitchen. I think I'm actually gonna start in the kitchen because that's just a second coat and I want it to dry up, but I don't have a ton of time because I have to edit this whole video. It goes up tomorrow. So I have to try to get this done as quick as possible, and we're just gonna get right into it, to be honest. Alright. Time to get going. There we have it. So we got all this done. Check it out. Woo. Looking good. All right, that is that. They're all painted up. Check it out. Boom, third coat on all of those drawers. I'm gonna let this dry up for pretty much the rest of the day, and I'll probably put the third coat on here tomorrow. But man, we're gonna look really good when this is done. It's gonna wrap up the video. I honestly don't have much else to say. This week's video is probably a little short, maybe a little lackluster, because all I really did was paint the kitchen. And I'm sorry about that. You know, sometimes things just pop up. Sorry if you guys didn't enjoy the video, but I hope you did. And I hope you guys like the paint color I chose, because personally, I really like it. I'm really happy with what I went with. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'll see you next week. And yeah, like the video, comment down below. And without further ado, peace.